Welcome to the Street Report Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Impact Wrestling spoilers. Well, may not be partial spoilers by now. Thanks to Himanshu D for the following Impact Wrestling spoilers from taped on May 30th from Mumbai, India. Should air on Thursday, June 15th and June 22nd on Pop TV. So it's 2 weeks. Low Key versus Caleb Conley. During the match, suicide dive by Conley caused Low Key to bleed near the eye. Low Key wins. Sanjay Dutt's music plays, and he comes out wearing an eye patch and asking if Low Key knows his name. He tells the crowd to tell Low Key what his name is. He sees Low Key is hurt his eye, so he asks how does it feel to be on the other side. Sanjay Dutt talks about years ago when they wrestled at Elks Lodge. He says there was no homicide or hit squad to hold them back. He says they're in Mumbai, India. He says if Low Key is a man of honor, he will give him a title match. Low Key shakes his hand to confirm the match. Next, we got Vinash Verma versus Davey Richards. Davey goes after him right from the bell. Some hope spots for Vinash. A somersault attempt is missed by him, and Davey puts on the ankle lock for the submission. After the match, EC3 comes out and whips Vinash with the belt. James Storm's music hits, and EC3 escapes the ring as he runs in. Laurel Van Ness with Sienna versus Rosemary. Sienna tries to distract the referee, but Laurel accidentally pushes Sienna off the apron, and Rosemary gets a roll up for the win. Sienna and Laurel attack Rosemary until Allie comes out with a kendo stick, more like a broom, and hits them both with it. After the heels leave, Allie and Rosemary are in the ring. Rosemary snatches the kendo stick, but instead of attacking her with it, drops the kendo stick and smiles. Allie looks tense the whole time. EC3 came out wearing an Indian dress with Ethan Singh III on the big screen and custom music. He is accompanied by a translator. He says he is EC3, loser, chants from the crowd. He talks about his lineage, says his great-great-great-grandfather was born in India and is a full-blooded Indian. He says, you're with me and I'm with you. He tells the translator to translate what he said. He says, India is a land of rich cultural opportunity. He says Impact Wrestling in India is making history. He says he's rich and he doesn't see culture in a third world hellhole. Loser chants from the crowd again. EC3 says when it comes to history, he's not here to create it, he's here to destroy it. He says he came to find zen and tranquility. Instead, he found despair and anger. He says Sony and Impact deserve each other because they're just like the people out here. He says in his name is EC3. He says he is the best guy here, the best guy there, and a country of 1.3 billion, he is the best everywhere. He tells the translator to translate, but he wouldn't do so. EC3 says he shall be punished. He takes out his belt and whips the translator. James Storm's music hits, and out he comes, runs in. EC3 tries to whip him, but Storm kicks the belt out of his hands. He's about to whip EC3 with it, but he escaped. Storm brings the translator back in the ring, and they pose to end the segment. Josh Matthews out for a match wearing his GOAT shirt. He asks if the crowd knows who Scott Steiner is. 1 million people watched on YouTube as he made his return to Impact. He says he has handpicked his opponent. He says was in the 2008 Indian Olympic team. He says he was in the Bollywood film Sultan. You can't wrestle, Chance. He introduces Sandeep, a fat wrestler wearing a singlet. Jaw takes him down with a hip toss and taunts the crowd. He did the bit where he spins around his opponent's back and slaps his head to make them look stupid. Taunts to the crowd again. An arm drag and a drop kick shocks Josh, and he kicks the ropes out of anger. He's pissed at Sandy. He gains control of the match and hits a swanton bomb on him, followed by a Steiner recliner for the submission win. Josh Matthews wouldn't let go of the hold, and Mahabali Shera comes out. Shera botches the lift to the shoulder, and he tried it another time. Lashley comes out and attacks Shera. He clotheslined him, and Josh puts Shera in the Steiner recliner. Alberto El Patron's music hits, and he clears the ring. He poses with Shera and his GFW title. Trevor Lee versus Braxton Sutter with Ali. Trevor Lee attacked right from the bell. He hit a deadlift German suplex for a 2 count. Trevor dominated the match until Trevor goes right after Ali outside the ring. Braxton catches him as he's about to lay his hands on Ali. Back and forth until the pepper shaker neck breaker gets the win for Sutter. Ali and Braxton are celebrating in the ring until Sheena's music hits. Now, and she's out with Laurel. She tells Braxton to get that stupid look out of his face. He wears a beanie in India. It's 150 degrees. She says everyone thinks Ali is so innocent and pure. Tell her why Ali attacked her with a weapon for no reason. She says since Ali wants to act as a wrestler, she can be a wrestler. Ali and her pal, Rosemary. She asks if Ali thinks Rosemary has a decent bone in her body. She says, we'll see it if Rosemary even shows up. 10-man gauntlet match for the Sony 6 Invitational with Trophy at ringside. Over-the-top elimination with a new entrant every 90 seconds. Until the final 2, when it's pinfall or submission, Suicide and Seidel start off, formerly Evan Bourne. Davey Richards was in next, followed by KM. Davey eliminated Suicides. Hornswoggle is the next entrant, and he is a comedy spot where he slaps Davey's chest and KM's midsection, and it has no effect on them. KM takes down Swoggle. Eddie is the next entrant, and he eliminates both himself and Davey. They brawl to the back. KM removes his belt and goes to whip Swoggle, but Seidel stops him. They both try to eliminate KM. Spud is the next entrant, and he goes right after Swoggle. Swoggle fights back, and Seidel crouches behind Spud and trips him. Spud dominates and gets Swoggle in the corner. KM goes for Seidel. Congo Kong was the next entrant. KM and Congo Kong eliminated Seidel and Spud. Moose is the next entrant with Kong and KM in the ring. Moose fights, but they double team and eliminate Moose. Shera is the last man. Congo Kong charges to clothesline him, but falls over the top rope and gets eliminated. It's down to Shera and KM in normal rules now. KM dominates. You're a liar, chants break out from the crowd. Shera hits the attitude adjustment, comes back in the match. KM tries to go for the pump handle slam, but it's countered into the sky high for the win. Shera celebrates, and he hugs his dad and brother at ringside. The CEO of Sony Pictures Network, Bruce Pritchard and Scott D'Amore, present the trophy to Shera and celebrates with the crowd. Moose is also out. He says 2 weeks ago he successfully defended the Impact Grand Championship against a dummy. Eli Drake's music hits, and he's out with Chris Adonis, the masterpiece. He says, India, India, India. Shut up, dummies. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. Let me talk to you. He says he thinks when he came to Impact Wrestling, he has been fed BS by the old regime, and now with Bruce Pritchard, nothing's changed. Then he looks at the cross-eyed half-wit with a title he doesn't deserve. He says Moose knows he was defeated by Eli Drake. He says Moose got his nose so far up Bruce's keister, he knows what curry he ate today. Moose says he's not ongoing back and forth. He tells the crowd if they want to see Moose and these two a-holes at Summerworthy, let him hear it. As Moose chanted, Eli Drake says, quite dummies. They want to go 2-on-1. Chris Adonis warns Moose that he has Eli Drake, and Eli has him. Moose says he has a partner, but he will reveal him in due time. Alberto El Patron was out next. Fans are chanting, see, see, see. Alberto says, this is amazing. CCC in Mumbai. Alberto says he took multiple flights and came here just 3 hours ago. He says he was in the back and felt energy in the building. Then the crowd gave him that amazing CCC, and that just because of that, he promises that he is going to do what he does best. He's going to kick some che-holes here tonight. He says he has been doing this for so many years in so many different countries. China, Mexico, Japan, India, winning titles in different companies. But there's one title that he hasn't won. And we're a few weeks away from Slammiversary, live on pay-per-view. And that's a place where he promises he will be the undisputed Impact Wrestling Champion. Lashley's music hits and he says he is sick and tired of how these fans are cheering for him. He says he's going to Spartan Alberto up. He is the Impact Wrestling Champion and the realest wrestler in the business. He could take Alberto in the cage or even in the parking lot. He says Alberto is telling about winning titles around the world. He asks him if he thinks he's the only person. Alberto says, my Indian friends are going to answer for you. And the crowd chants CCC. Lashley says he has to go against another cheerleader. He says he knows Alberto comes from a rich wrestling family, which he doesn't care. The talking will be up. Bruce Prichard comes out. He says he loves seeing the two champ ready to fight. Bobby corrects him and says one champ. Bruce says he's got one question. They want to defend their title tonight. They should both defend it tonight right here in India. And they get ready to fight. Bruce says not fight against each other. They're going to save it for Slammiversary. Alberto's going to defend the GFW title and Bobby the Impact Wrestling title. Bobby asks against whom? Alberto says, how about Bruce cuts this BS and let him fight like this biatch? Well, Bruce warns if they lose, they won't go to Slammiversary. Alberto asks Bruce, who's it going to be? Bruce says that they'll find out, just like everybody finds out when they walk down that aisle. He wishes them both good luck. Lashley versus Unknown. For the Impact Wrestling Championship, Moose is revealed as Lashley's opponent. A mostly back and forth match until Lashley got the upper hand. Came down to a sleeper hold where Moose got his hand up before the three and fought back. Drop kick. Lashley out of the ring. Lashley gets the upper hand in the match again. Moose countered Lashley's spear to hit one of his own. But Lashley kicked out at 2. Moose countered another spear to hit a sit-out chokeslam, but still can't get the win. Eventually, Lashley countered the game changer for a spear to win and retain his title. Alberto Alpachon versus Unknown for the GFW title. And the masterpiece was revealed as his opponent. He's out with Eli Drake. Alberto goes after Eli outside the ring, and Adonis attacked him right at the bell. Alberto fought back and took the fight through the crowd. Adonis came back in and dominated. The finish came when Adonis goes for the master lock, but Alberto countered it, and Adonis ran toward him, and he is hung from the corner as Alberto hit double foot stomp for the win. After the match, Eli and Adonis attacked Alberto. As Moose's music hit and he cleared the ring, Alberto and Moose posed in the ring in the segment. Low Ki versus Sanjay for the X Division title was your main event for this particular episode. Low Ki controlled the match early on and ripped off Sanjay's eye patch. They took the fight to the crowd. Sanjay threw Low Ki off the first tier, seating onto the ring apron on the other side of the barrier. Sanjay then hit a somersault onto Low Ki outside. Low Ki came back and took Sanjay into the ring. Crowd chanted for Sanjay, who comes back into the match, but Low Ki thwarted him off. Then went for the jumping kick in the corner, took him to the top rope, but Sanjay came back. Sanjay takes Low Ki to the top and attempted a superplex, but Low Ki fought it off. Sanjay rolls on the ground, jumped to the top rope, and hits the superplex. Cover, but Low Ki kicks out. Sanjay flipped over Low Ki and tried to cover, but Low Ki stomped him down. He goes for the cover, but Sanjay kicks out. Low Ki put him on the top rope, got him in a Samoan carry position, and ran towards the other corner, but Sanjay countered, hit the tilt-the-world tornado DDT on Low Ki. Goes up top, hits a Hindu press for the win to become the new X Division champion. Sanjay is in disbelief as he finally wins the X Division championship. Shera and the other X Division faces come out with champagne to celebrate. Eddie Edwards sprays champagne on Sanjay. Shera took him up on his shoulders. Sanjay celebrated in the crowd and hugged Shera's dad. Sanjay said in Hindi that this isn't for me, this is for the entire nation. Shera then says thank you, and you guys are welcome. June 1st spoilers. Again from the same reporter. Sanjay Dutt Championship celebration to start off the show. Punjabi dancers out. And Sanjay makes his entrance with Shera. He says, what a night. It took 15 years to win the X Division title, and he did it in front of you guys. He thanks the crowd and promises to be the greatest X Division champion of all time. Low Ki came out. Sanjay says he hopes Low Ki is here to congratulate him. Low Ki says he is indeed here to congratulate him. He says Sanjay had luck, but he made use of it to become the champion. He says he truly feels that the rightful place of the X Division championship is around his waist. And since he gave Sanjay a match on his request, it's only fair that Sanjay give him a title shot. Sanjay agreed and said that they will face each other in a 2 out of 3 falls match at Slammiversary. Low Ki seemed pleased and shook Sanjay's hand, then attacked him and Shera. He hit the foot stomp on Shera. He's about to do the same to Sanjay before Matt Sydal came out and Low Ki retreated. Hornswoggle chased Spud. They take it to the crowd. Spud escaped and says, kiss my ass, before running away. Laurel Van Ness and Sienna versus Allie and Rosemary. Sienna and Laurel made their entrance. Allie comes out. Rosemary's music plays, but she doesn't come out. Sienna and Laurel walk towards Allie at the entranceway, but Rosemary attacked from behind. KM comes in during the match, but Braxton comes out himself to fight him to the back. Distraction, and Laurel hits the curb stomp on Rosemary, and Sienna pins her for the win. KM versus Mahabali Shera. Doctor tried to stop Shera from going out for this match. KM attacked right from the bell, pins him, but Shera kicks out. KM is in disbelief. KM goes on offense, but Shera fights back. KM then goes for a pump handle sit out facebuster, but Shera counters it to hit the sky high for the win. After match, Congo Kong comes out and they double team on Shera. Pump handle set out facebuster by KM. Congo Kong hits the splash from the top rope. Shera has to be helped to the back. Trevor Lee versus Davey Richards versus Suicide versus Braxton Sutter versus Eddie Edwards. Sony 6 X Division Invitational Elimination Rules match. Suicide eliminated Braxton. Trevor Lee eliminated Suicide. Davey was disqualified after he hit Eddie with a steel chair. Eddie was disqualified after he used a chair on Davey. Seidel won after a shooting star press on Trevor Lee. Eli Drake came out with Christopher Adonis. He says he hears it when he sleeps. He hears it when he eats. Moose, moose, moose. Crowd chants for Moose. Adonis says, "You really like Moose, huh? That chump don't deserve to be here in the same country, let alone the same ring as me and Eli." Eli says Moose is out here running his mouth and putting his nose in our business. A loud Eli sucks chant broke out from the crowd. He says this guy says he has a partner. He says Moose rhymes with Bruce and jokes about Pritchard being his tag team partner. He tells Moose to shut the hell up and he needs him to be a man like CA and him. He says he needs Moose to walk down the aisle. Moose's music hits. Moose says for the first time Eli is not a dummy. He says he can't say the same for Chris. Moose says Eli's right. He doesn't have a partner. All his friends are tied up. Eddie has Full Metal Mayhem against Davey. Alberto Pachon has his hands full with Lashley, and even Rosemary has to get ready for Sienna. Eli says that this is going to be 2-on-1. Moose says his partner is going to be NFL star D'Angelo Williams. They look at the entrance way, but no one comes out. Eli and Chris lay out Moose. Matt Seidel's Sony 6 X Division Invitational Trophy presentation is taped with the Sony Pictures Network CEO Bruce Pritchard and Scott D'Amore. EC3 and Lashley versus Storm and Alberto Del Rio. EC3 and Lashley are in control until Storm gets a tag and he clears house. Storm sees that the belt in the ring is about to use it, but Lashley stopped him. EC3 and Lashley regain control of the match until Alberto gets a hot tag. During the match, EC3 got angry at referee Brian Stifler's count and whips him. Brian Hebner comes out and disqualifies EC3 and Lashley. They take the fight to the outside. Alberto chases Lashley away with a steel chair. Alberto celebrates with the GFW and Impact titles in the crowd. Trevor Lee and Low Key versus Matt Seidel and Sanjay Dutt. Seidel and Dutt dominated early on for the first part of the match. Lee and Low Key got the advantage on Seidel and Sanjay comes back into it as Seidel gets the pin after a shooting star press. Contract signing for Slammiversary matches. Rosemary versus Sienna. Both signed a contract. Sienna says Rosemary thinks she's so clever. She is the dumbest thing that is the dumbest thing she ever did. Rosemary says that was very compelling. She says tonight Sienna may have signed the contract. All that means is at Slammiversary they're going to sign their death certificate with their own blood. Rosemary's gonna kill you, chant starts out from the crowd. First time ever mixed tag team Full Metal Mayhem. Davey Richards and Angelina Love versus Eddie Edwards and Alicia. Eddie's gonna kill you, chant start from the crowd. Davey says, "You're gonna have to kill me because at Slammiversary I'm gonna bury you." Eddie Edwards said that this Sunday at Slammiversary he's gonna beat Davey's ass right where it started. Strap match, EC3 versus James Storm. James Storm is angry and has to be held back by Borash and Richard. EC3 says he feels disconnected. He says he lashes out he lashes out for you. He lashes out for this company. He lashes out for these people and for the last emotion that is of disgust. He says he's going to tear Storm's ass piece by piece to the bone. Not because he wants to, but because he has to. Because he's a Carter and the world needs them. Storm tells EC3 to tell his family Storm is going to take that strap and whip EC3 all over and over and over and over. When the scars burn, he's going to continue. He says he's been here for 15 years. He says the cowboy and Story are sorry about your damn luck. Champion versus champion, Lashley versus Alberto. Lashley says all the talking is over. They know it's Slammiversary. Lashley's going to beat him, so just hand over the belt. He says all the talking is done. Alberto says, why wait? We came all the way from America to India. Lashley has a title. He has a title. Let's do it right here tonight. He says it's as easy as this. Take it to the other corner. Alberto goes after Lashley, and everyone in the ring brawl. Bruce says everybody wants to fight tonight. Lashley can captain a team with Davey, EC3, and Congo Kong, and Alberto can captain a team with Eddie, Storm, and Shera. Mumbai Cats versus Eli Drake and Christopher Adonis. Mumbai Cats entered to Eli Drake's music. Eli Drake gets a win after a gravy train. KM, Laurel Van Ness, and Sienna versus Braxton Sutter, Allie, and Rosemary. Rosemary spit the miss on Laurel. Sienna goes after AK-47, but Rosemary countered it into the red wedding after the match. Rosemary stared at Allie, then tapped her head and smiled, which makes Allie feel happy. Rosemary then taps Braxton's head too. Congo Kong, Davey Richards, EC3, and Lashley versus Alberto Porchon, James Storm, Eddie Edwards, and Muhammad Ali Shera. Shera came out alone, and the Hills gang up on him. Until El Porchon's music hits, and he came out with Storm and Eddie. The Hills cleared the ring. The faces and doctors take a look at Shera, and they decide he cannot continue. They take him to the back. The match continues without Shera. Midway through the match, the Hills are working on Eddie as they take out Storm and Alberto outside the ring before Eddie can get the tag. Shera came out and got the hot tag from Eddie. Shera hit the Attitude Adjustment on Lashley, then scoops him on Congo Kong. Shera goes for the pin attempt. Lashley broke up the pin. Lashley picked Shera up on his shoulder, but Alberto tagged himself in and took out Lashley. Shera and Alberto hang Congo Kong from the corner, and Alberto hits a double foot stomp for the win. The Faces celebrating in the middle of the ring. Mumbai Street Fight, Spud versus Swoggle. The Battle of the Midgets. Directional signboard. Panty Fury stalls. Colored powder and trash cans all around the place. Special guest referee is an Indian dwarf. Spud attacked from the outset. They took it to the outside where Swoggle threw colored powder on Spud's face. Spud attacked with the trash can near the entrance stage. They return to the ringside, and Spud takes out a table and places it near the apron. Spud hits Swoggle with the trash can lid, goes for a power bomb off the apron. Swoggle bites. Well, fought around the ringside and on a table and placed it near the apron. Spud hits Swoggle with a trash can lid, goes for a firebomb off the apron, but Swoggle bites Spud's hand. Swoggle enters it into the ring and tries to kick Spud onto the table, but Spud fights back. Spud enters the ring and takes the mic and says he's got a message. This is the big man's business. He hates Swoggle. The boys in the back hate Swoggle. And pushes the referee down and accidentally pulls the referee's pants down. Swoggle teams up with the referee and he pulls Spud's pants down. He takes Spud to the apron, picks him up on his shoulder, and through the table for the win. Swoggle celebrated with the referee. Show you pictures from a reporter with some of the Impact Wrestling talents. And also courtesy of Impact Wrestling and the Fight Network. Here are the top 5 matches of Magnus versus Sting at Bound for Glory 2013, versus Jeff Hardy at Final Resolution 2013, versus Samoa Joe at Lockdown 2014, versus Motor City Machine Guns at Final Resolution 2009, and versus Bobby Roode at No Surrender 2013. Thursday's Impact saw Scott Steiner return to set up the tag match at Slammiversary with Josh Matthews. They will be going up against Joseph Park and Jeremy Borash. And here are the videos from the segments. Okay. Bram spoke about art of wrestling, about a number of wrestling topics. Even his former ex-wife. That's Charlotte. Since you didn't know. The sport was kicked out of the Olympics. The reason is unbelievable. Working for Dixie Carter, Anthem, Jeff Jarrett, and Billy Corgan. I love Billy Corgan. He's a close friend of mine and someone I hold in high regard. His mind for the business and business in general is impeccable. Having him on board for the time with us, for me, was fantastic. I'm pretty sure all the boys would agree with that too. I always liked Dixie a lot. She was good to me. I had no issues with her whatsoever. What goes on in the office and behind closed doors is not my business, nor do I put much thought into it. My job is to entertain. Anthem seemed keen to get stuck into Impact and turn it around for the better. And I'm all for it. Having Jeff Jarrett back is great. It's his baby at the end of the day, and he gets and understands the business from every angle. Getting suspended by Japanese promotion Noah for a social media photo. Robbie E. and I were asked to come over to Japan to take part in a global tag league. Robbie and I were killing it as a team over there and had great matches. I love Japan and their style. I was excited to have the opportunity to go over there and wrestle for Noah. Their office is great, and the boys were great to us. I loved it. However, one evening, as a joke, I laid on an ice cream fridge and took a picture, which I put on my Instagram account. I was trying to be funny and meant no harm. I had no idea it would upset people. No idea. I publicly apologized for the incident to the media, but it was too late. Noah suspended me due to the picture. I hope one day I can return to Noah and finish what I started. I like it there. The relationship between Noah and Impact is completely fine and there's no hard feelings. I just had no idea it would be such a bad thing, and honestly meant it only to be funny. I'm hoping once that dust settles, I can go back because I know they liked me. Being in the Ascension and their main roster call-up. The Ascension was cool, and I'm glad I was part of the early stages. I'm still close with both guys, Connor and Victor. I wish them nothing but the best and success. What we did and was on TV now was a completely different product to what we were doing when I was part of it. So I can't really comment. However, they are on TV and making money. So to me, this is still a successful endeavor. Jeff Jarrett on why Impact GFW emerged. When Impact will run live events again, and India return. I can't say I watch a lot of women's wrestling, but I will watch if Ashley, Charlotte Flair, is on. His former wife. Without sounding biased, Charlotte Flair is my ultimate favorite. She's the best in the world when it comes down to women's wrestling. Hell, she's a stepping stone on the dudes' toes too. She has so much natural charisma. It's effortless to her. It's like she's been doing it forever, and she's only been doing it for a handful of years. I love watching her work. Bram also discussed the current state of NXT. You can read the full interview. I didn't get the link. No word yet on who will be going into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame this year, but they have been posting videos of James Storm talking about the Hall. And here's one of the links. The link that mentions it for you. It appears that someone will be inducted during Slammiversary weekend, but no announcement has been made. The Impact Hall of Fame currently includes Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Earl Hebner, Gail Kim, and Team 3D. And thus, I believe it's going to be James Storm. Oh, by the way, I'm supporting this shirt. That concludes my wrestling spoilers for the first parts of June. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on mumbia. By the way, if we don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.